jump in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
grab someone in a headlock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's great.
Big up Fatty as well.
Yeah. Shouts to Fatty.
Come on.
Shouts to Fatty. Yeah, man.
It's a good question for you, actually. Can you tell the strength of an MC if they haven't performed live before? Can you just tell?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's quite obvious. Some people are just good at like being on stage, aren't they? But there are some people. There are some obvious tricks, isn't there? There's some obvious tricks in the book. You know, the old Ollie is one for me. Like you know, when someone does that, when someone does the Ollie 5-6 times in a row, you're like, yeah. For rate. Do you know what I mean? Or it's kind of like your go-to phrase, isn't it? Or you know, when someone repeatedly asks the crowd to make noise, because I used to do it, because you're just uncomfortable. Fuck, what do I do?
Yeah.
So am I like, all right, to swear?
It's your podcast,
yeah,
man.
Okay, fuck.
You can do the can if you want, mate.
Killa Kela podcast. KillaKelaOfficial.com.
Street Culture TV.
Instagram UK Frontline.
Beatbox created.
Killa Kela.
And we're here to talk about world music and street culture.
Killa Kela podcast.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Killa Kela podcast, live and direct, central London, or as central as you need to be, could be, choose to be. You don't want to be anywhere else, it wouldn't be worth your time, money, and this thing don't cost at all with 650 podcasts. There's nothing to be sniffed at, giving you all the three-dimensional damage of street culture and more across the globe. Okay, people, our sponsors, the mighty GK Nifty Heads, have 10,000 play-to-earn GraffPunks NFTs to give away. Get ready as London's white trash goes blockchain digital with Bitcoin Cash tokens locked into them to claim. Get yourselves over to the website gkniftyheads.com and play to earn now. Inside the house, we have a friend of the podcast, you understand? A good friend of mine in a local area. Little did we know. Setting up very early as an MC within the mixed genres. Good friends of Foreign Beggars, to name a few. Carved his way across the creative landscape in lyrical versatility. Need we say more than to introduce his band, the carnation that is Pengshui'S, the ZZ Top of electronic dance, grime and dubstep, and I ain't playing with the new album Guts. It's the one and only Say What's Up, it's Illaman.
That's my brother. What's happening, Killa?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm alright, man.
You're
it's nice to see you, bro.
Brother, you too. I mean, like
Been
I
a
said,
while.
And we do balloon, and sometimes we cross paths, but being so close.
Drive past you often, shouting out the window.
Yeah, we're definitely getting to that. Yeah. We're definitely getting to that. Guts, man. The new album, the new Pengshui album. I mean, I can't praise it highly. It's just such a dynamic sound compared to previous. You know, and I've had the privilege of coming into many a live show of your guys. You know.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. I think we tried to tap into the first album in terms of the electronic aspect, and then tapped into the live aspect of the second album, and just threw the both together. And obviously now we've toured quite extensively over the last 6 years, 7 years. So, yeah, it's like taking everything that's happened and applying it to the now, you know. Excuse me. So, yeah, here we are, third album. Mental.
Third album, you know.
Yeah, man.
Where have you been? If you don't know, you have to get to know.
You better get to know.
How do you define it? How do you define it? You know, you mentioned before we got on, you know, we had a good old chat.
Yeah.
And the road testing the surfboard, getting on the wave and trying it out. You guys were doing these tracks, testing them for, you know, crowd repetition and energy, breath control and things like that.
Space, yeah, the space. Yeah, we were saying prior chat when we were chatting earlier, like, so I'm not very good at leaving space for tunes. It's something that I've tried to fill all the gaps. For years. I got space, but I didn't. Leaving choruses minimal, less words is sometimes a lot more effective, as we know. But yeah, for me, my brain was always like, no, there's something missing. There needs to be more. So, for going out and doing the shows, and then finding out my breath control, and finding out what my limits were in terms of the performance, would then in turn make me minimalize some of the choruses. So I wouldn't do the full hook. I'd like leave a bit out and see what bits the crowd would fill in, and in turn made me realise that space does work. So with this album, Guts, there's a few songs like No Resolve, the hooks just like line them up, lay them down, repeated 4 times. And like, when I first did it, in fact, it was like, no, it's fine. I was like, mate, it's not fine. I was like,
There's just not enough lyrics.
There's not enough lyrics.
Yeah,
There's not
bars.
enough. Yeah, there's just not enough. And then I would be like, I have to fill it with either some kind of melody or some kind of ad-libs. And no, it doesn't always have to be that way. So yeah, like leaving space is definitely something that I've like learned how to do on this album, which is nice because it makes my job a bit easier live, because it is heavily there's a lot of bars on it. So yeah, like going out now and doing line them up, lay them down, it's like, oh, it's easy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a mad one.
Yeah.
The construct of lyrics, particularly yours with the strength, you know, the fucking line. You know, every time, you know, tune, it's, you know, you're first in line. It's like, let's go.
Yeah.
That control, and I guess there is an aspect of age and wisdom.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's what's kind of moulded the project.
100%, bro. Yeah, definitely. Like picking your moments is definitely something you can't. Well, I mean, you know, some people are naturally just good at it. GQ's just always been incredible at like crowd control, knowing when to let it breathe. But you know, it's something you have to learn. Something you have to do relentlessly for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and like get out there and be in front of various crowds.
Cadence,
big
yeah,
crowds,
knowing-
little crowds.
yeah.
You know, knowing how to handle a room, knowing what reactions are going to work, what bars are going to work and get the reactions, not necessarily for you, but for the DJ or for the band or for the room, to get the energy right.
Yeah.
To transform the energy, the potential energy of a room and turn it into, harness it. You have to get it and, you know, dish it out and
I think
replace it.
Yeah, for sure. And the first thing that springs to mind in a live setting, especially when you feel, because what you're essentially doing on a track is you're choosing the right words and you're putting the right spacing. When it comes to doing it live, I guess, you know, subconsciously when writing, you think to yourself, well, I'm going to be standing there like a spare one while that's happening because I'm not saying or doing anything.
Yeah.
It does take a lot of balls to be like, well, I'm going to let this breathe. Yeah. I'm just going to stand here and wind you lot up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Prodigy-esque. You know?
Yeah, point at people and roll them up. But yeah, there is something to be said in that. You're absolutely right. And it's stage presence, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's command in the room and being and knowing how to like you said, when you're not saying anything, what are you doing? You know, luckily with Pengshui'S is fun, so I'll go and wind Fatty up.
It looks fun, bro.
Yeah, jump on the oh mate, we've been having so much fun, man. Like, yeah, I'd jump in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
grab someone in a headlock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's great. It's
Big
great.
up Fatty as well.
Yeah, shouts to Fatty.
Come on.
Shouts to Fatty. Yeah, man.
It's a good question for you, actually. Can you tell the strength of an MC if they haven't performed live before? Can you just tell?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's quite obvious. Some people are just good at like being on stage, aren't they? But there are some people. There are some obvious tricks in it. There's some obvious tricks in the book. You know, the old Ollie 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 is one for me. Like, you know, when someone does that, when someone does the Ollie 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 5-6 times in a row, you're like, yeah. For it. Do you know what I mean? Or it's kind of like your go-to phrase, isn't it? Or, you know, when someone repeatedly asks the crowd to make noise, because I used to do it, because you're just uncomfortable. Fuck, what do I do?
Yeah.
So am I like, right, just swear.
It's your podcast, man.
Okay, fuck.
You can do the can if you want, mate.
Fuck. So like knowing, I used to, you know, with that moment of silence, or when you're just a bit uncomfortable and you don't really make some noise. Or, you know, everybody, how you feeling? So for me, that's one of them. It's quite an obvious one, but yeah, you can tell. I think you can tell. You know, like you can definitely tell who's spent a lot of time on stage and who hasn't, and who needs to do a bit more work on stage. And
The band uniform as well. I think when you've got when you've got people to riff with and banter with,
it's incredible.
It's the one.
That's the best. Yeah. It makes all the difference. When I was doing the shows with Dabbler and Double Edge, when we were doing Problem Child, man, that was like some of the
Problem
funniest.
Child. Oh man, listen, you guys don't know the research, due diligence, the pedigree here.
Google me.
It
sounds so weird.
Type it in.
Yeah, actually Google me. But yeah, like
It's actually Googling.
actually go and do it. Do your research. No, like the Dabbler and Double Edge stuff was super fun. The stuff with Fatty's great as well, because you know Fatty obviously does Submo We did Submo, does Submo. He does the Outlook Orchestra, he does Fabio and Groove, done David Rodigan. He's done some phenomenal shows, played with, like, that's the tip of the iceberg. He's played
because
with...
he did the Albert Hall thing, right?
He did the Albert Hall thing.
Wow.
He did, yeah, he did. He toured it, he's toured the world. He's played arenas, man. He's played from, the Bournemouth Metal Club, Anvil, which was like 80 caps, sweaty, dirty, smelly shithole, but in the nicest way. No disrespect to them. Great venue, but just like,
Get your bookings in now.
To like, arenas and stuff. So like, with a lot of, I'm sure he won't mind me saying so, with a lot of the Outlook stuff and the other stuff, he has to kind of be a bit restrained, and it's he can't run up and down the stage with the Outlook Orchestra, because it's a certain etiquette and a certain place. But with Pengshui, it's just like there is no rules, man. It's just like
straight in.
The other day I was laying on the floor and he just like flung his bass to the side and started dragging me across the stage, man. Just like, what? You know what I mean? Yeah.
You've got to have a rapport,
Yeah.
because when you're out on road, I mean, it's really not the gig itself, is it? It's all the other bits of
Got to
between.
have fun, man. You must have fun, and we do have fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. But you can definitely tell. For me, I'm like, that guy's not done many gigs. Yeah. Or that guy's seasoned.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And you're on the circuit as well. I mean,
heavily, man. Well, next year's got some cool plans for Illaman for next year, which is really great.
So the solo stuff as well.
So much solo stuff.
How often do you get in the studio? Because it appears to me...
I recorded a verse this morning.
Really?
Yeah, man, like, it's relentless.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I don't stop, man, basically.
It's an engine, it's a muscle.
Yeah, and it also, if I'm not creating, brother, I get really depressed. I think we touched on it. Yeah. We touched on a few of the heavier subjects on the last time I spoke to you many years ago. But yeah, if I'm not creating, because you have moments, and I'm sure so many people could relate. Maybe you can relate yourself. You have moments where your creativity spikes, and you're like, and I think it's definitely ADHD or some kind of, there's something going on up here. Not undiagnosed, but man's definitely on the spectrum, which is absolutely beautiful. It's a superpower.
100%.
Like, there are moments where my creativity is through the roof and I can't stop thinking of patterns and words and ideas and concepts. And then there's other moments where it just doesn't work. And I'll get a pen out to write something and I can't. And it's the most frustrating. I get angry at myself and I get really wound up. And, previously I'm just going to drink or I'm going to party or I'm going to do whatever. Now I don't do that. But that was the coping mechanism before, which led to, you feeling even worse. But now, at the moment, the last year, the creativity's just been nice and it's just there. And, due to I don't want to say the popularity of what I'm doing, but it's nice. I'm getting invited to do a lot more stuff now.
Yeah.
A lot more collaborations.
See, this is the thing that
it's cool.
It's often overlooked. But when you, again, maybe this is just age and wisdom, but you become so at peace with strengths and weaknesses. And like you say, you've got an audience that is now captivated on a number of different projects. Yeah. It's quite nice to have the stabilizers off and you're just coasting nice.
Yeah, just coasting along, yeah. It's really cool, man. And I'm learning to channel the day's emotions into the songs because now there are quite a few. There's shitloads of projects, loads of really cool stuff, and some of it warrants that Pengshui energy, and some of it warrants the very sat back, contemplative energy or chilled energy. And it's nice because I have those canvases now in front of me. There are many easels standing. Where I'm like, that day I can go over there and do that.
It's the mental AI, you see.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You need none of this, prompting. It's just straight in.
Straight in there. And then other days I can go in gently, and that's a really nice space to be in, and I'm grateful for that because music career is, you're just like, where am I going? Am I doing the right thing? Have I fucked my life
It's not
up?
in the handbook.
Panic. Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? So it's just nice to be in a space where it's like many different avenues and outlets.
When you come of age as an artist and you're in that beautiful middle age career of it all where you're like, well, I can't go back. I'm not going to get this job in Tesco's anymore because there ain't any.
Yeah, I could. But, I mean, I'll always work. It's something, you know, I'm still on site. I still graft, man.
That's proper because that's what gives you the drive and inspiration and relatability, right?
Yeah, I do. There have been moments, and you know, I could stop. You know, life it would be difficult, and you'd have moments where you're like, shit. You know, I'm struggling a bit, and there are moments when it's like, oh, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like summer's always good, there's loads of gigs and stuff. But you know, it comes around to winter, things are difficult. But yeah, like. Yeah, I've always said to myself, I would never stop working until I got like 50 bags in the bank. And if I've got 50 bags sat there,
as a support,
then that's my point where I can go, okay, take your foot off for a minute, because I'm fucking tired. I'm not gonna lie, I'm knackered, you know. But life is what you make it.
It's what you make
know, and you have to just crack on, don't you? But yeah, man, I'm feeling a good place. You know, being a bit older and being a bit more wiser was scary for a few years because I was like, oh shit. Because there is such a conversation around it. I mean, I don't know how far it goes in terms of art, but definitely in music. What they still doing making music, they're this age. And it's like, why would you stop making music when you've lived so much and you have so much to express? The more longer you live, the more you've experienced, the more you have to say, the more you have to feel, the more you can, you know, give. So, yeah, that conversation is always wild to me. I hate it in whatever genre.
It's a wider conversation, you know, defining what music is to what art form is. One thing I will say though, particularly on this album, and I guess this is more of a direct question on previous experiences that have led up to making the music itself. Like if you're listening back to a tune and you're in a good place, but when you wrote that, you were in a bad place. How does that make you feel? How does that sit with you? Like
proud.
Really?
Yeah, really proud, actually. It's a good fucking question. Really proud, bro. Like, Take Me Away, the first tune, is obviously deep. It's about addiction. It's about wanting to not be here no more. It's about those moments where life felt so heavy that it almost felt unbearable. Where it was like, I don't want to be in no more. I've been at that point.
I gathered that.
You know.
That's a real. That's why I asked.
Yeah, been at that point, you know, and I'm sure many, well, we know many can relate. But yeah, so like, you could do 10 beers, but what's that solve, bro? Laying there trying to stay sober, you know what I mean? Yeah, and like listening back to it now, I'm like, oh, okay, I made it through. I did it. I managed to express it. Having people relate to it is really powerful. So many people have messaged me about that tune now, which is beautiful.
For sure.
It feels good, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel proud, because
it's timely as well.
Yeah, yeah, really, really. Because that song, I recorded that song 4 times, bro.
Really?
I couldn't get it right.
No, because the energy was
just weird. Was delivering it really gently, then delivering it really heavily, then just trying many different takes. And I can't remember if it might have been Prav or Fatty, I'm not sure. There was a lot of back and forth.
Big up Prav, by the way.
Yeah, big up Prav. Love you, fam.
Yes, right.
Love you, fam. So there's a lot of back and forth on that tune, bro. And like, loads of back and forth. And there was points when it was like, it's not going to work. Or change the whole concept completely. But there was something about the chorus that, one sip and I'm gone again. Take me to the mothership.
Yeah.
I just want to go away. There was something about those words that kept coming back to me. I had the song on a lot in the car. I was just like trying to write to it again, and it just kept going back to that. One sip and I'm gone again. So yeah, man. To answer your question in a very long-winded way, proud, bro. Nice. It's nice because it's like your strength is. You kind of go, I did it.
Yeah, it can be so hard accepting. Sometimes it can be really hard accepting that is the take, that's the definitive, and there's a little bit in you. It's just like, it's just a little thing.
Well, I think, do you know what is interesting with that, brother? Is like that for me is another skill I've learned over the years. Is where I used to write for other people. And not in the terms of like ghostwriting, in terms of like my music that I was making. With them, Mr. Jam will play that, hopefully, or I'll get it to Toddler, or it's, you know, Daniel P. Carter. You know, it's always in my head, if I write that or this way, then that person will support it, you know, on radio or in the industry or in the scene. And it's being able to go, nah, this song's for me.
Yeah.
It's for no one else. I'm not doing this for anyone else, this song, you know. It's not an egotistical attitude.
It's freedom.
It's freedom. Yeah. It's freedom. So write freely, write from the heart, be honest, it will always succeed.
100%.
Yeah.
The idea that is relatable to people, like, as a tune. I mean, the world's crazy. But, you know, even at its peak, who doesn't at the moment think to themselves, fuck this. You know, it could be, you know, a succession of 3 degrees of separation, just and everything. And we're all, you know, a few steps away from that crack, like that feeling.
Yeah.
And people need this fucking music, man.
Yeah, they do, man. And that's something that's been, the energy's been repeated back to me the last couple of weeks with that album. I'm so glad. You know, I'm so glad. It's really nice, man. Sometimes overwhelmed, weird. You're just like, whoa. You have to sit down and meditate for a minute and take it, and just be like, fuck, man. My words, my energy, the things I've done, the things I've experienced, the things I've had to process, the things I've had to go through. It's not just me, it's for everyone, you know. It's something that can be, you know, turned into this really beautiful, positive energy, man. Because, struggled, man. Lots, you know, all
life
over
is...
the place. It's relentless.
Thank God for lyrics, you know.
Thank God for the tunes, them.
The tunes.
Yeah.
Thank God for the music. So I went to see Iggy Pop, I think it was Kentish Town Forum, a good number of years ago, right?
Sick.
Yeah, fucking sick, right? Yeah. And halfway through, he pulls out this saxophonist on top of, like, you know, I Want to Be Your Dog and songs like that. Yeah. And I'm just like, wow, that's the most coolest shit. You know, Curtis Stigers, that's the most I got with a fucking sax. I was like, God, all of a sudden it's just like high level. This is, you know, this isn't some 90s Michael Bolton shit. This is sounding sleazy. Yeah. So I'm at the garage, Pengshui'S gig, and you bring out the trombone.
Yeah, bro.
And I was like, yeah, this is sick. So good. The dynamics. I mean... And off record, the following day, I'm there on the phone to my manager. I walk out of Tottenham Hale Station, and I think it was South Tottenham or something.
South Tottenham.
And then you drive past. Wait,
Hey, Killa!
Gods are watching everywhere.
Yeah,
you know?
Courtney, man, that's Courtney. He actually played on Wise Man. On the first album. Wow. That tune's got Footsie on it. Shouts out to Neil.
Big up Footsie.
Shouts out to Footsie. Love Footsie, man.
Peoples, that's
absolute legend.
Yeah.
I mean, that collab was mad. That session was crazy. But
had the crowd buzz, like...
Yeah, Courtney smashed it. Because I was so nervous. And my nan was there. God bless her. So Nanny Rose.
Rest in peace, yes.
And she was there, and I was like, I was so like making sure she was all right, because she sat aside the stage the whole time.
She must have loved it.
She loved it.
That's a great venue because that was rammed as well.
Yeah.
We were at the back.
Yeah, pack out, man.
Yeah.
A few things around that venue we'll touch on. But yeah, Courtney was there, bless him, and I forgot to bloody introduce him, bro. In fact, he was like, Courtney.
Yeah.
Oh shit, big up Courtney. But yeah, he killed it. But yeah, he played on Wise Man off our first album, which was incredible. So nice to bring out another element. Like we always get guest MCs up. If there's anyone if anyone that I know is in the crowd, or even like someone, like if someone's at a show and they're like, yo, I'm a rapper, and they're, you know, I'll be like, give us a quick 16 then, and they could spray. I'll be like, right, jump up on the tune.
Oh, see, that's the vibe.
You know, because it's nice. It's nice to give people
making
a
a
little
unique
show.
experience all round for everybody, especially in your local areas like Manchester or Birmingham or wherever. You know.
Yeah, we got Chunky. Chunky's joining us in Manchester.
Nice. Yeah, your lineup's pretty slick. I mean, Tug of War, all a bunch of heads.
Mad thing.
Tug of War.
Yeah, shouts out to
Fucking
Tuggy.
Donny, yeah.
Nah, swing no foot, no foot.
Wow,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
absolute. Yeah, hoo-ha, hee-hoo-hoo. He's wild, man.
Yeah.
He's 30 as well, bro. He's been in it for years.
Yeah. I mean, that name resonates.
He can rap, bro. Flipping it.
Yeah.
He can really rap. Like the band show's incredible. He's so entertaining to watch.
Yeah, the band looks good. I saw him live at what was it, Good Mixer, a while ago. Just on a random.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, hold my beer. This is going to be fucking good.
Take that, mate.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, what a lineup. I mean, it's a strong tour.
We try to, because we often, it's often like get, local supports, which obviously we do because we want to support the local acts and stuff. But we try to, like, if we know someone in that city, then we'll ask them. First, because I think it's really nice to introduce our fans to the people we're fans of.
Yeah.
Like Chunky, because, Chunky's obviously a bit of a world away from Pengshui'S, but he's not. He's not at all. I spent years on mic with Chunky, honing and, hosting raves and, doing various bits and bobs. So, like, it's not far from what I'm doing. It's the same energy. It's just the music's...
The energy's everything.
The energy's the same. But yeah, man, the tour lineup's wicked. It's good fun, man. So, you want to keep it fun, want to keep it happy.
On the subject of Chunky and your journey in MCing, because you can't go without saying, you know, like the pedigree's real. I think, you know, moments that spring to mind was, again, I think it was the garage. It was the last Foreign Beggars ever with, you know,
15 years of
with
Beggars,
ensemble,
I think
yeah.
it was. Yeah, that was rest in peace, Ebo.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ebo.
Yeah, honoured, man, every time, Killa, you know, it's Beggars, isn't it?
Your family, it's family tree.
It's family and integral to the foundation and the what's the word I'm looking for? Not the stitching, but the
tapestry.
fabric, the tapestry
Yeah.
of UK music, UK hip hop, UK MC culture. Like Pav, man, first time I heard Pav, and then heard Ebo, you know, after on a record. I was on a cassette. I can't even remember what joint it was, man. I was listening to Fire Life Cypher, Black
Nice.
Twang, Beggars, Task Force, and those guys, you know, were like, raw.
Yeah, they're moving dials.
Man
yeah.
can rap in the English accent, you know, can do the local slang, and you know what I mean? Because I used to do the American little twang, you know what I mean? Because I just thought that's what, you know. So I only listened to US hip hop, and then heard Beggars, Pav's flow, skipping.
Yeah.
Where's he going? bro?
Laying
Just
so
all
hard on that
over,
beat,
You know,
yeah.
raps like a motherfucker. Still does. And then being asked to, like, you know, I can't even remember how we came. We just connected through people and just the scene and stuff. Will Pine, I think it might have been. Uncle Willie, he might have brought us together. He was doing a group called People with a guy called Bobby Whiskers. Anyway, Hayden Prowse, don't know if you remember Hayden. Him and Jolly, and they did that. The revolution will be televised or not be televised. They do skits.
Yeah.
So Jolly and Hayden. Anyway, way
Oh, you're a
back.
fucking historian, Illaman.
Way
you know what I mean?
back,
Like,
man.
listen to this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so much history. Anyway, yeah, Pav being asked to, like, long story short, join Beggars on a run of shows because Pav, for one reason or another, couldn't get to the shows. Fucking mental, man. Just like, what do you mean I'm gonna be Pav? Like, what? Bruv, what do you mean? I'll jump up for a tune. No, you're gonna go on stage for the hour for
Some
the
adequate
headline
shoes
set.
to fill there, man.
Mad shoes to fill. But so to be asked was obviously just like, whoa.
Well, it makes sense because you got there's the same dynamics. It's,
Yeah.
and going back to your method, your guys' methods of bringing people in, they've always brought people in.
Always.
And you were one of the many that
Pav's
was.
still doing it to this day.
Yeah. Big up Sonny Jim and you know
Yeah,
all the
shouts
crew.
to
You know.
Sonny, man. Phenomenal MC as
Yeah,
well. Yeah, saw Sonny the other week at Some Guys. He was
Love
driving
him.
for his shows.
I love him.
Shouts out to Shorty Blitz.
Yeah, shouts, shorty.
See
please.
Shorty. But yeah, man, like, Pav still doing it. He's still just like, yo, man, like, you should work with this guy in the States. And like, just all the distinct motive joints, you know, have come to fruition through Pav's association with all the 140 lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, flipping out, we're going off on one. But yeah, like,
It's good.
it is good. But yeah, the
Podcast
Beggars,
for the
man.
good.
The Beggars are, Foreign Beggars are integral to my growth. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're a fan of mine, please go and listen to Foreign Beggars. Start at Asylum Speakers, go all the way through. Catalogue is phenomenal. Like, yeah, music's beautiful.
Sticking with that, so you know, one of Foreign Beggars being one of the pillars there. Who else could you cite as for people to do their research? Like who else? That
Ty.
You would, Ty?
Ty was really
Bro,
important.
do you remember when we did the live stream show?
And I told him. I s you know, Ty was one of the first people that replied to me ever.
Yeah.
On MySpace when
Yeah,
I was
that's right.
was learning because I was in the
I remember
band.
that conversation.
Yeah, and I thanked him, man, in person. I'm really grateful. Rest in peace, Ty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really grateful I got
Rest
to
in
thank
peace.
him because he replied, man, and he was like, yo, like, your music's good. Like, go check out this open mic. And I did Dragon Bar in, yeah, when Dragon Bar.
When Dragon Bar was Dragon Bar.
When Dragon Ball was Dragon Ball, yeah. Obviously Task Force, important, incredible music, beats, bars, stories, concepts, wild stuff. Sonny Jim, obviously,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Oh my goodness, that guy does not age in amazing style. I absolutely love him.
What, like UK hip hop stuff or just in general?
I think like, more so within the walks in which the places you've orbited, because those are real foundational stuff. Like,
Do you know what I've been listening to? Loads of old Bookham and Conrad sets.
oh, nice. Oh wow,
Which
nice.
I never really delved into. I was never really into when I was younger, but now I'm like listening to them and it's, Conrad.
Wow. Rest in peace again, no,
Yeah, a lot of rest in pieces.
There's
man.
a lot of rest in pieces at the
Flipping
moment,
heck.
with
Grateful for their
yeah,
energy.
for 100%.
Yeah.
Ty, all these people you mentioned actually.
Bunny Bread, man.
Oh my God, rest in peace. Bunny
Yo,
Bread,
I've got
State
a
of
wild
Art.
story about Bunny.
Oh, please do.
Wild story about Bunny. So I grew up on Mozart, obviously, as you know, and there was do you remember the Airheads?
Of course, the clothing brand, yeah.
So Jason, who was Airheads, he lived at the end of my corridor.
No, really?
He lived
No way.
4 doors down.
Wow.
So when I was growing up in Mozart, around them times, that was when Mozart was gully.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you couldn't even walk through Mozart without getting pinched, and you know what I mean. It was wild. Anybody that weren't from that area, it was nuts. I just remember seeing shit as a younger and being like,
Wow.
never really knew until I got older. I was like, fuck me, this area is nuts, man. But like, yeah, grew up in that corridor, and Jay was one of there was a handful of people. Rodney, rest in peace, flipping it, another one. Rodney, who was into drum and bass, he used to go to Swerve. He was the drum and bass guy and also the hip hop guy. He introduced me to Nine. Tom, Rodney, Spanish Jay, Jason, Airheads, and Bunny. And they were like the positive influences in the estate for us, the handful of younger guys. Wow. Because not all of them, there was a couple of the olders being like, yo, come, all this and do that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And there were certain things we would have got caught up in that would have got us in trouble.
Yeah, sure.
And we'd have ended up in a fucked up path and probably in jail or getting nicked. You know, and I did a couple of stupid things when I was younger. I learnt my lessons. Nan give me a little slap and was like, if you ever bring police to my door again. And that was it. Never did again. But you know what I mean? I had to learn the hard way. But Bunny was one of the guys, and Jason, that introduced me to hip hop and was one of the positive influences.
Wow.
Remember him dearly. And his passing, man, I cried, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I really did, because I wish I could have explained to him just how much of an impact he had on my life, because he did.
Yeah.
You know, the first time I ever heard Illadelph Half-Life, Roots, he'd made Jay a cassette tape, and in between each tune, he'd put like cuts and like Star Wars samples.
What?
And like he'd made this cassette where he'd like made a version of the album, but he'd like cut the songs together, and it was like a mixtape, but it was the whole album. And Spanish Jay made me a copy, and I played that tape until it broke. I got goosebumps, man.
Religious.
Like religiously, and that got me properly into hip hop. Wow. And yeah, that Bunny Bread, Illadelph Half-Life edit, man, like I listened to religiously. So yeah, man, Bunny. I almost was talking to my partner about it, and I was like, I honestly don't know where I would have ended up without those guys. If they weren't going, nope, come over here. No, you're not, that's...
There was an urgency. There was an urgency to it, which, I mean, my story, very similar to yours, is that I was 15 or 16 years old, and all I had was Hip Hop Connection. I saw the Airheads thing, and I saw a phone number that I was not calling it.
Yeah.
So I called it up, and it was Bunny.
Wow.
And I literally, I was with him this time last year, and he turned around and said, no, I remember you beatboxing down the phone to me.
Sick.
Yeah. I mean, it's just rare. And he sent me tapes as well, like of him freestyle, you know, just, Bunny B, what you got for me?
Yeah.
You know, just amazing character, man.
I'll be honest with you, Killa,
Sorely
I
missed.
didn't realise his impact until I knew he was important, and I knew that, you know, he had a very long-standing place in everything, in UK hip-hop culture, graffiti, b-boy, but didn't realise until he passed and I saw the outpouring on social media. I was like, oh shit!
I mean,
this
this is the thing. He's
touched-
so local here. This was his until, you know, recently moving to Birmingham. You know, this was really, he was a pillar of the scene.
Mad, bro, mad. Obviously saw his tribute piece to Ty.
Yeah,
But yeah, just didn't, you know, knew he was important, but just how important, didn't. So then that's really solidified for me how lucky I was to be, you know, around. Because, you know, one thing can change the whole trajectory of everything, you know what I mean?
100%.
One decision, one moment, one bad decision, one call, one thing. And, you know, having someone like that around to be like, nope, come have a look at this graffiti. Listen to this tape, you know. Nope, don't go over there with them lot, because they're going to fucking get you in trouble, you know. And it was almost like the father figure, man.
Yeah. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, mad, crazy. What a life.
Do you think, like, with not even the scene, society being the way it is now, I mean, like, to have the bunnies that were just so, you know, creatively obsessed with what they were doing, that they wanted to share it. You know, there isn't, I don't know, man. I mean, there's always alternatives, but, you know, to breed an MC like yourself, artistry that was of a bygone and our generation, it's actually quite daunting to think that it's just phones now. There ain't no record shops like there were. There's not those
hubs.
Yeah.
Those spaces. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's impossible.
It's a bit bleak, isn't it?
No. I mean,
As a conversation.
Yes, it is, but it's also beautiful, and I think it's also going to breed a whole new generation. It will change. Everything goes full circle at some point. It has to, you know. And already, you know, the popularity of vinyl is well and truly back again. You know, we're selling so much vinyl on this tour, which is incredible. It's beautiful to see, because creating a physical piece and then someone wanting it and the signature, it's like, oh, this feels like going to Black Market and Mr. CD, where you get that physical copy and you're like, and you open it and it's great. So yeah, it is bleak, but you know, through the bleakness comes good. There has to be, you know, because there's always going to be people fighting for it. But like, yeah, those hubs, man, those spaces where people gathered and exchanged stories and spoke about music, there isn't.
No. On the subject of techers, though, well, we're on the subject of vinyl and merchandise and things like that, because there'll be a lot of people out there thinking, you know, this well-oiled machine, and not just Pengshui, a lot of bands go out there. It's almost, you know, you're bringing the shop and the shopkeeper to the spot. But the back end of, like, anything from social media right the way through to the manufacturing of vinyl, how do you guys, as a band, manage to, whether it's funding of, or because that all works in tandem with getting the gigs, and but then there's the back end of, like, the design, what's the aesthetic, what's the look of how's that logo look on the record, who have we got to go to get it pressed?
That's all Fatty. Just leave it to Fatty. No, do you know what? I've never been very good with the visual aspect of things, like concepts like. It stresses me out for some reason. I like looking at it and I like talking about it, but the execution of it is
there anything you don't like? Is there anything that you'd say to yourself, all right, look, you know, there's this, you know, pink, I don't know, border on a or we're just going to have, like, a flower pot on the stage or something. Is there anything that you say to yourself, but, you know, where your creative alarm bells start?
Nah, not really. Ringing? What, for me personally or for others? Nah. No, I think everything's got its place at that time and that moment. You know what I mean? Like, not really, nah. Every space and everything has an opportunity for a certain energy and a certain.
People do deep that a lot, don't they?
Yeah.
The little details.
The little details, and the little details are super important. Our shit's just simple though, man. It's just raggo, bro.
Yeah.
Because the setup's so simple. It's just like, and the bells and whistles are us. I think at the moment it would be nice. Though saying when we did Bloodstock, it's the first time we've had the real big Pengshui'S. And that was sick. Yeah, like, I was like, yo, my name's up in lights, because it was.
Bloodstock 2, that's no joke.
Yeah, Bloodstock Festival was crazy, bro. Yeah. Screens, but I've never been on the big screen either at festivals, so that was wild. But yeah, no, you know, nah, not really, man. Like, because our shit's so simple at the moment, I don't really think about it too tough, you know.
There's a lot in the lane. I mean, you know, you got Kneecap, you got Slaves. What I'm called Slaves. I don't know what they call it. No, I can forget them. Yeah, soft play. Bob Villain, you know, and a whole host of others. I mean, and I mentioned it before. Is, you know, you guys you've held true to the sound, and this electronic dance punk. I mean, It's its own thing, but it does have a look and a feel to it.
Yeah, it's interesting you said that, because it's literally just made me start thinking. Well, if we did have the money, which we don't, but we will have.
Yes.
If we did have the money,
50K, you know.
Yeah. Well, if we did have the money, what would we do aesthetically for this?
What would you do? Yeah.
Well, that's something I'm trying to think now.
Yeah.
Got me on my toes, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. what would, do you know what I mean?
What's the ceiling of the genre and you as
Some
a band?
nice visuals, some like
Right.
some visual representation of the message in the songs perhaps would be nice. But then I'm like, well, you know, if we had the money, I just want to spend it on more music. I
Yeah.
just want to create more. I would like to then go to the spaces that I'd like to go and create in, because at the moment it's bedroom business and you know, just the rehearsal studio. But yeah, it'd be nice to go somewhere in Norway and be in the, underneath the fucking Northern Lights and be in a studio and
Tripping
write
on
there.
mushrooms and just trying to figure out the
Yeah,
stars. And
talking
stuff like
backwards and shit. Shouts to Flirt D. Backwards flow. Well,
Nice, yeah.
Crazy guy. Another Northwest G.
tight.
I think just going, I don't know. I don't think I'd want to spend it on production, personally. I think I'd just be like, right, if we've got a bit of money there, let's go and create, let's get some more musicians on, let's get more instrumentation, let's go and create somewhere beautiful. Rather than, you know, the grey skies of London outside, you open the door and it's like woods, the Northern Lights, fresh air, some deers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I'd like to go and do that
The
personally.
longevity is key for all of this. I think when anyone sets out to start their own project, they're not, you know, you're not thinking anywhere past creative. Well, that's the currency.
Yeah.
The value is the tracks. You know, that's the £1 million.
Yeah,
That's the £1 million in the bank right there.
exactly.
And they're now 3 albums in, man. That's
3
incredible.
albums. Yeah, like I said, I think I said to you, I did say to you before we started rolling, already, you know, 4th album's already like.
Yes. And big
Thinking
up
about-
Conrank as well.
Yeah,
With
shouts
Loris.
out to
You will
Ranky,
kick
man.
our asses.
My brother.
Yeah.
Circus Records, man. I mean, again, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
Touring with Flux and the dubstep renaissance and dubstep being back in the spotlight again, which is wicked. So nice to like see dubstep.
Yeah, I
being
saw
played
Funk
again.
Case live on his socials, and I was like, wow, it's just relentless. Dubstep is, like you said, it's a renaissance, like a number of times.
Yeah.
Globally.
Yeah, it's back, man. It's
Yeah.
like it's seeing so many people making dubstep again, and like loads of the heavyweights are like back in the clubs.
Scream
again.
Banger,
Scream Banger, you know, all those guys. It's wicked. Mala, been speaking to Mala
Yeah.
recently. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's great. You know, the Comrank projects. Yeah, I mean, we don't know yet. Me and Comrank have been working. We can say it's fine. We've been working on some music.
They've been
together.
working, eh?
We've
They've
been
been
working, been getting it cracking down in the south of France. But yeah, the next album for Pengshui already. It's just like, especially nowadays, you've got to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to release quite relentlessly. Which I was quite hesitant on, because I was like, where it waters down the art and you don't want to rush things. But I think now, because I've found my creative space with recordings,
Just go.
I record myself now, which is
Nice.
another Pavan, you know, big up Pav. He was like, yo, get your own setup. And I was like, I like going to the studio. And I still do. I like going in the room with people. But now, because I record myself, it's so quick.
Yeah.
And I just get in a headspace. and
That
I'm gone.
explains a lot, man.
Yeah.
That explains a lot, particularly with the lyrical content of the new album. And just the full drive of it all.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah, it's
That's
wild
good.
to do I did all the Pengshui vocals at home, which is mad. I knocked the neighbours. I had to, bro. I just, because we get on, they know I do music, but you know, some of them know to what, you know, to different extent. Some of them say, oh, he does a bit of music, and other ones are like, they follow me on social, so they know I do like some big shows and stuff. And I knocked on. I was like, look, if you hear me screaming and shouting, it's fine. Don't have to call the police. And they were like, oh, we did Wonder the other day, you know. And I was like, yeah, I'm just recording.
You know, it's the subplot of any home studio. What the fuck is going on
What's
upstairs?
happening? Especially doing Peng Shui vocals. Someone take me away.
How do you keep character when you're on your, you know, suddenly the music's off and you just silence, cat walks past and you're just like, ew.
Yeah, the cat doesn't like it, man. And as soon as I set the mic up and like start, the cat's like out of the room. I'm not staying in here, bro. Yeah, it's fine, man. I like it. It's a really nice place. I love recording at home.
It's
now.
the best.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Comrank has absolutely changed my perception on working with other people again. So I used to love some guy. I really love working with some guy. You have that relationship where you go in, you'll do a take, and they'll be like, no, do it again. And like before you even finish the take, he'll just stop it and look at me and go, no, go again. There's only certain people that can do that. You know, I'll do it now at home where I'll just get halfway through and stop it,
Yeah,
delete
you've got
it
to be
and go
ruthless. You have to, yeah.
But yeah, some guy and Comrank, man, they both just like, no, go again. And they'll just drop you in at the place and, you know, it's just all quick and
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like having to go in the studio with someone to explain, you know, the process and being like, oh, no. So, yeah, doing it at home, man, it's great. I love recording at home.
Well, Illaman's in the studio. It's like, this is serious shit. Like,
Yeah.
people have to know the caliber. They have to
Yeah.
know what they're working. They know to drop you in because you ain't going to not be dropped
Nah.
dropped
Well,
in.
the great thing is I've had, you know, the last few years is people going, fucking hell, you're quick. It's because I've been doing it for 23 years, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah but
the one take wonder.
I am, bro. I just like to get it done, man, and don't waste no time. Especially when you were paying for studio time. You know, money's tight. Just like, we ain't got time to mess about, man. Let's just get this shit done.
In and out of the studio. When's the tour? Let's get it.
Next Sunday, we're in Leeds. 90% sold, which is great. We're on the way to sell out for Leeds, which would be great. And then Manchester on Monday at the Star and Garter. Dead Wax and Chunky on support. Dead Wax in Leeds. And
So this will be out on Tuesday, so you'd have missed that. So there's this following week suddenly ahead, and there's loads.
So yeah, well you missed it, but then you won't miss the next time, will you? No. Then Birmingham at the Flapper, which would be great. Love Birmingham with Dead Wax, and then London sold out. Black Heart in Camden on Friday the 21st.
Wow, right through November.
So we've 70% sold out the tour, man, which is great. You know, it's really nice to know that people are buying tickets again and coming.
Good time to be alive, man.
Yeah, bro, it's exciting. And then that's it. And then some pretty mental shows lined up for next year. We're just waiting for like proper confirmation, but there's some pretty decent supports coming, which would be great.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, man. And then I reckon, we'll do like a nice little festival run next year. Hopefully get back to Glasgow, Boomtown, all the usual suspects.
New eyes and ears. Big up Georgie as well for the connect.
Yeah, big up George, big up Unholy Management, the team. Couldn't have done it without him, man. The back end of stuff is so hectic.
Yeah.
Releasing music is like...
Then WhatsApp groups are ping.
Oh, brother, I'm in about 60 WhatsApp groups. And it's just like, some days... I feel rude not replying to shit now, but I think it's kind of unsaid that if you don't reply, it's fine to people. Especially people you know.
Busy man.
If you messaged me and I didn't reply for like 3 weeks, we wouldn't be like, what the fuck, man? It's dude, life. And you'd be like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's true.
It's absolutely
Next thing
fine.
would be in the car going, we got a cow.
Yeah, no, well, obviously, bro. But yeah, man, we're here, we're doing it, we're trying, we're pushing. Yeah, keep going till the wheels come off, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing to complain about, everything to look forward to. Illaman, Pengshui'S, my guy.
I love you, bro.
Long time, love
man,
you too.
Big up. It's fucking been a pleasure to speak to you as always,
The
man.
vibe, man.
Yeah,
always a vibe.
Man. Love it.
It is. Killa Kela podcast outlet was that fashion. Remember, crime don't pay, but neither do they. Don't talk to one another. Wouldn't you stay lucky? Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Big smash.